Hello students, I am Dr. Sangeeta Sharma, your science teacher. Today we will be continuing with chapter 13 of your science book, that is magnetic effects of electric current. And in today's video students, that is part 3, we will be studying about the magnetic field due to a current in a circular loop and solenoid. Now students, today we will study about the magnetic field produced by a wire which is in a circular loop shaped, and then we will find and study about the magnetic field produced by a solenoid. We will understand first what a solenoid is, then we will see what sort of magnetic field is developed in a solenoid. So students, we actually know that when current flows in a straight wire, then a magnetic field is produced by this current carrying straight wire. And if we change the shape of this straight wire into a circular loop, that is, the straight wire is now in the form of a circular loop and current is allowed to pass through it, then again a magnetic field is developed. So today we will study first the magnetic field developed by a circular loop. And students, it is found that the magnetic field hence developed by a circular loop is much more than the magnetic field developed by a wire which is straight in shape. So here students, today we will study the magnetic field due to a current through a circular loop. And it has been found that the magnetic effect of the current increases if instead of using a straight wire, the wire is converted into a circular loop. Here students, you can see that this is a circular loop and this is a conductor. So here we have taken a copper wire, a copper conductor, and it is shaped in the form of a circle. And then there is a cardboard in which we have made two holes, and the wire is allowed to pass through these two holes. The holes are of the diameter of the wire, so the wire is able to pass through the holes. And what we see is that this cardboard is held, it is held straight, that is, it is not able to move also. Then if the current is allowed to flow, and for the current to flow, we need to connect this copper conductor with the help of a battery and a key. So here from the battery what happens is a current begins to flow when the key is plugged in. So since here we are having the positive end, so the current will flow in this direction. So in the loop you can find that the current is flowing in an anti-clockwise direction. Then if we sprinkle iron fillings on this cardboard, uniformly, if we sprinkle iron fillings on this cardboard and tap the cardboard gently, then what we see is that these iron fillings arrange themselves in a pattern. That is the pattern of magnetic field of this circular loop. So let's study the magnetic field developed by this circular loop carrying current. Now here students, a thick insulated copper wire is bent in the form of a circular coil, and two holes are made in a stiff cardboard equal to the diameter of the coil. The wire is passed through the holes. The ends of the coil are connected to a battery through a switch. We have a key, and as soon as we plug the key, the current starts flowing. The electric circuit is closed, that is, the plug is put in the key, and the magnetic field lines are plotted with the help of a tracing compass. The magnetic field so obtained is of the type shown in figure. Now here we have the figure of the magnetic field so developed. So students, this is the circular coil, this one. This is the circular coil, and it is attached to a battery and a key. When we plug in the key, then a current begins to flow. Now here we have taken the current flowing in a clockwise direction. Here you can see students that the current is flowing in the clockwise direction. So if I place my thumb in the direction of the current, then the curl of my fingers is going to show the direction of magnetic field lines. So what we see is that the direction of magnetic field lines is in a anti-clockwise direction. So here what we have is that the magnetic field lines are in anti-clockwise direction. Now, if I see it here, then the current is moving like this and the current here is downwards. So what I see is that the curl of my fingers is going to show the direction of the magnetic field lines and my thumb is pointing towards the current. So what I see is that the magnetic field lines are in clockwise direction. So what we see here is, students, that if the current is flowing downwards, then the magnetic field lines are going to move in a clockwise direction. So the magnetic field lines are clockwise here. This you can see it clearly, students, that the magnetic field lines here are anti-clockwise and here they are clockwise, and this is the circular loop carrying current. Now what happens is, students, if we observe the magnetic field lines, then what we see is that near the wire they are circular in shape. And as we move away from the wire, the circles become larger. These are all concentric circles. The magnetic field lines are in the form of concentric circles. And as I told you, concentric circle means all the circles having a single center. That is, the center of all the circles which are known as concentric circles are the same, So, if this is the center, then these all circles having different radii are known as concentric circles. So what we see is, students, that near the conductor, near the copper wire, the copper circular shaped wire, what we see is that the magnetic lines are in the form of concentric circles and these circles become larger as we move away from the wire. You can see that the circles are becoming larger, and when we reach the center, what we observe is that the magnetic field line has become almost straight. So this is explained step by step further. Properties of magnetic field lines around a circular coil. Near the current carrying loop, the magnetic field lines are nearly circular. Here again I have shown the same circular wire, the circular copper conductor, and this is the loop. This is the circular loop, and we have shown the magnetic field lines by these white lines. So what we see is that near the conductor they are almost circular in shape. As we move away, the concentric circles representing magnetic field lines become bigger and bigger. So as we move away from the wire, the circles become larger and larger. The circles are becoming larger and larger. And at the center, what you see is that at the center, the circle is becoming larger and larger and it becomes almost straight. So near the center of the loop, the magnetic field lines are nearly parallel and perpendicular to the plane of the circular coil. The magnetic field lines are assumed to be practically uniform. Moreover, the strength of the magnetic field produced by a current carrying circular coil increases. Now, the magnetic field is shown by the closeness or the degree of closeness of the magnetic field lines, and as we have seen that the magnetic field lines were closer when they were near the circular loop, and as the distance increased from the wire, then what we saw was that the concentric circles became bigger and bigger. So here, students, the strength of the magnetic field, which is represented by a capital B, produced by a current carrying circular coil, increases if the strength of the current in the coil is increased. That is, B is directly proportional to I, where B is the magnetic field produced and I is the current flowing through the circular coil. Then second, if the number of turns in the coil is increased, then also the magnetic field produced will be increased. So B is directly proportional to N, where N is the number of turns in the coil. Then the magnetic field is increased. The magnetic field increases if the radius of circular coil is decreased. That is, if the distance increases, the magnetic field decreases. So what we see is that the magnetic field is increased only when the radius is decreased. That is, B is inversely proportional to the radius of the circular coil. So if the radius is going to be less, then the magnetic field is going to be more. Now students, we will understand the magnetic field due to current in a solenoid. Now what is basically a solenoid? Now students, here I have shown you a solenoid. Basically solenoid is a wire bent in such a spiral form such that its length is larger as compared to the diameter or the radius of the circles in which it is forming a spiral shape. So here a solenoid is basically a long tightly wound coil consisting of many circular turns of insulated metallic wire in the shape of cylindrical tube such that its diameter is less in comparison to its length is called a solenoid. यहाँ पे आप देख रहे हैं बच्चों कि एक हमारे पास में वायर है जो कि एक कंडक्टिंग वायर है, मेटालिक वायर है, और उसको इस तरीके से स्पाइरल शेप के अंदर वाइंडिंग की हुई है उसकी, और इसकी जो लेंथ है वो इसके डायामीटर के कंपैरिजन में काफी ज्यादा है. तो इस तरीके के स्ट्रक्चर को हम बोलते हैं एक सोलेनॉइड. अब यहां पर स्टूडेंट्स एक और वर्ड हमने यूज किया, इंसुलेटेड मेटालिक वायर. इंसुलेटेड क्यों लेते हैं स्टूडेंट्स? क्योंकि ये जो इसके ऊपर जो कलर है ना स्टूडेंट्स, ये एक इंसुलेशन है इसके ऊपर. इंसुलेशन क्यों लेते हैं कि अगर ये वाइंडिंग्स को बिल्कुल पास कर दिया जाए, अगर इन वाइंडिंग्स को बिल्कुल पास कर दिया जाए और इनके ऊपर कोई इंसुलेशन ना हो तो क्या होगा, जब ये एक दूसरे को टच करेंगे तो फिर करंट इस तरीके से स्पाइरल रूप के अंदर इसके अंदर नहीं जाएगा. क्या होगा, जब ये दो आपस में टच कर जाएंगे तो क्या होगा कि करंट को तो सीधा पाथ मिल जाएगा, तो करंट इस तरीके से गोल गोल होकर नहीं घूमेगा इस सोलेनॉइड में से. इसलिए इसके ऊपर जो है हम एक इंसुलेशन लगा कर रखते हैं. आगे जो डायग्राम मैं आपको दिखाऊंगी उसके अंदर ये और अच्छे से क्लियर हो जाएगा. तो यहां पर आप देख रहे हैं स्टूडेंट्स कि ये जो वाइंडिंग्स हैं इनको हमने बिल्कुल पास लिया हुआ है. तो सोलेनॉइड के अंदर जो वाइंडिंग्स होती हैं वो बिल्कुल पास होती हैं. यहां पे आप डिफरेंस देख सकते हैं, ये तो एक्चुअली मेटालिक वायर है और ये इसके ऊपर इंसुलेशन लगाया हुआ है. ये आपको कलर का डिफरेंस नजर आ रहा है ना स्टूडेंट्स. तो ये तो मेटालिक वायर है और इसके ऊपर ये इंसुलेशन चढ़ाया हुआ है. क्यों चढ़ाते हैं इंसुलेशन? क्योंकि आप देखिए यहां पे ये सारे के सारे टच कर रहे हैं. अब अगर इसके ऊपर इंसुलेशन नहीं होगा तो क्या होगा, ये सारे आपस में टच कर रहे हैं तो करंट इस तरीके से स्पाइरल में नहीं घूम के कैसा चला जाएगा, स्ट्रेट चला जाएगा. तो फिर वो सोलेनॉइड नहीं रहेगा. इसलिए स्टूडेंट्स इसके ऊपर इंसुलेशन किया जाता है. So students, an iron rod is usually placed inside the hollow tube. This iron rod is called the core. Now students, when current is passed through a solenoid, it behaves like a magnet and develops a magnetic field around it. Now what happens is, if current is allowed to pass through this solenoid, which is having n number of turns, then what is observed is that the solenoid starts behaving like a magnet and a magnetic field is produced. So now let's study about the magnetic field produced by this solenoid. So students, the current in each turn of a current carrying solenoid flows in the same direction, due to which magnetic field produced by each turn of solenoid add up, giving a strong magnetic field inside the solenoid. Now here students, if this is a solenoid and we connect one end to the positive terminal of a battery and the other end to the negative terminal of a battery, then what we see is students that in each turn the current is in the same direction. You can see here that in each turn the current is upwards, or if we look it from here then it is going to be clockwise, and if we look it from here then it is going to be anti-clockwise. So what we see is that the current in each turn is same, so the magnetic field produced by each turn gets summed up, gets added up. So what we get is, we get a strong magnetic field inside the solenoid. So students, if the current seems to flow in anti-clockwise direction, then north pole is formed, and if current flows in clockwise direction, then south pole is formed. Now here we are having two loops. Now what we see is, students, that in the first loop the current is flowing in anti-clockwise direction, and in the second loop the current is flowing in clockwise direction. Now how to remember this? We make a designer N like this. Here you can see there is a N formed. So what we see is that when we are having a anti-clockwise direction of loop carrying current, then the pole which is formed is the north pole, and this is a way to remember. So how you will make it, students? We will make it like this. Like this. So what we see is that this is representing the anti-clockwise direction, and here what we see is that a south pole is formed when the current in the loop is in the clockwise direction. How you will make this, students? We will make it like this. So what we see is, this is almost an S representing south, this is almost an N representing north. So a clockwise direction is remembered by a designer S, and the anti-clockwise direction gives us the north pole is remembered by a designer N. Here we have a designer S representing the clockwise direction to be the south pole. Right, students? So what we see is, we see that each turn of the coil behaves like an independent magnet, because in each turn, if we see one side of a current carrying circular loop, then if it is clockwise, then if we watch the circular loop from the other side, it is going to be anti-clockwise. So the end which is having clockwise direction, there we will get a south pole, and if we observe it from the next side, and if we observe it from the other side, then there, due to the anti-clockwise direction, we will have a north pole. So each turn independently will behave like a magnet having two poles, or we can say that each turn will behave like a dipole having one south pole and one north pole, with one face acting as the south pole and the other as the north pole. यहाँ पर हम क्या देख रहे हैं बच्चों, कि एक अगर हमारे पास में एक टर्न हो सर्कुलर कॉइल का, तो अगर आप यूं देखेंगे स्टूडेंट्स, अगर मैं इस तरीके से कर रही हूं, तो ये मेरे एंड से, तो ये जो टर्न है, जो करंट की डायरेक्शन है, ये मेरे एंड से तो एंटी क्लॉकवाइज है, और अगर इसको सामने की तरफ से देखा जाए तो ये क्लॉकवाइज नजर आएगा। यानी कि हर टर्न को दो अलग अलग एंड से देखने पे उसकी डायरेक्शन जो है वो अलग अलग नजर आती है। तो अगर हम एक एंड से जहां पे क्लॉकवाइज नजर आ रहा है तो वहां पे तो साउथ पोल हो गया, और दूसरे एंड पे जहां एंटी क्लॉकवाइज नजर आ रहा है वहां पे नॉर्थ पोल हो गया। यानी हर एक टर्न के दो पोल्स हो गए, यानी हर एक टर्न एक छोटे से मैग्नेट की तरह काम करेगा, जिसमें एक साउथ पोल और एक नॉर्थ पोल होगा। Thus, a solenoid can be considered as a number of small magnets, dipoles of equal strength stacked together. एक के ऊपर एक रखे हुए dipoles की तरह हम इस solenoid को मान सकते हैं, such that their opposite poles are facing each other. एक एंड उसका साउथ पोल है, एक नॉर्थ पोल है, फिर से ऐसे ही रखेंगे, साउथ पोल नॉर्थ पोल, साउथ पोल नॉर्थ पोल। तो इस तरीके से लगेगा जैसे छोटे छोटे मैग्नेट्स को, छोटे छोटे डाइपोल्स को हमने एक के ऊपर एक स्टैक की तरह रख दिया। जैसे कॉइन्स रख देना स्टूडेंट्स, तो एक तरफ अगर हम हेड ही हेड ऊपर की तरफ रखें और सारे कॉइन्स को एक के ऊपर एक रख दें जिसमें सबका हेड ऊपर हो, दूसरी तरफ टेल हो, तो हेड की तरफ तो मान लीजिए एक पोल होगा, टेल की तरफ दूसरा पोल होगा। तो सारे कॉइन्स को जब हम स्टैक कर देंगे, एक के ऊपर एक रख देंगे, तो उस तरीके का एक स्ट्रक्चर मान सकते हैं कि हर एक कॉइन अगर एक मैग्नेट की तरह काम कर रहा हो तो सोलेनॉइड का स्ट्रक्चर इस तरीके का मान सकते हैं। सो स्टूडेंट्स, thus collectively the solenoid will act like a cylindrical magnet having the south and north poles at the free ends. So here we students, what we see is that this is a solenoid with one end connected to the positive end of the battery and the other end of the loop connected to the negative end of the battery. So the current is flowing, and the current is flowing in the same direction in every loop. So if we watch this current flow from this direction, then what is observed? The direction of the current seems to be clockwise. It appears that the current is flowing in a clockwise direction. Then we know that for clockwise direction a south pole is developed. And here when I watch it from this end, then what I see is that the current is flowing in anti-clockwise direction, and as we know that anti-clockwise directions gives rise to a north pole. So what we see is that this solenoid is behaving like a bar magnet having two poles, one south and one north. So students, properties of magnetic field produced by current carrying solenoid. So let's first see the magnetic field of the solenoid. Now here students, I have a solenoid and I have connected a battery and a key. Now what we see is that when the key is plugged in, the current starts flowing in this solenoid. Now what we see is that from here, since the current is flowing like this, here it is moving in the clockwise direction. So here I have a south pole. This is the south pole, and from there, from the other end, if I watch the current, it is in the anti-clockwise direction. So here I am having the north pole. So what we see is students, that the magnetic lines are from the south pole to the north pole inside the solenoid, and here what we see is that the magnetic lines are emerging from the north pole and are merging at the south pole. Here the magnetic lines are emerging from the north pole and they are merging at the south pole. So what we see is that inside the loop, the direction of magnetic lines of force is from south to north, but outside it is from north to south. This is somewhat similar to the bar magnet. So what we see here is students, that the magnetic lines are almost similar to that of a bar magnet. So students, the magnetic field lines inside the solenoid are in the form of parallel straight lines, parallel to each other and parallel to the axis of solenoid. Here what we see is students, that all the magnetic lines of force are parallel to each other and also parallel to the axis of the solenoid. Now what does this give us students? This gives us that inside a solenoid what we have is, we have equally spaced magnetic lines. You can see this. So what is said? It is said that inside a solenoid we always get a uniform magnetic field. What we get is students, a uniform magnetic field. So this indicates that the magnetic field is the same at all points inside the solenoid. That is, the magnetic field is uniform inside the solenoid. This is very important students, that inside the solenoid we get a uniform magnetic field. We have equally spaced magnetic lines of magnetic field. So what we see is that this uniformity of the magnetic field hence produced can be used to make permanent and temporary magnets. This we will see in the uses of solenoid. Students, a solenoid carrying current behaves like a bar magnet, as its two ends act as the poles of magnet. And we saw this, that a bar magnet has two poles, one north pole and one south pole. And we saw it here that a solenoid is also having two poles, one south pole and one north pole. And we saw that the magnetic lines are almost similar to the magnetic lines for a bar magnet. So what we say is students, that the solenoid behaves like a bar magnet. And how we see this, students, that it behaves like a bar magnet. We have certain things, we have certain properties of the bar magnet which are here also applicable for the solenoid. What are these properties? A freely suspended current carrying solenoid comes to rest in the north-south direction, just like a bar magnet, which is the directive property. हमें पता है ना स्टूडेंट्स कि अगर हम एक बार मैग्नेट को फ्रीली सस्पेंड कर दें, यानी कि एक थ्रेड से उसको टांग दें, तो हम क्या देखते हैं कि एक बार मैग्नेट खुद को अलाइन करता है हमेशा ज्योग्राफिकल नॉर्थ साउथ डायरेक्शन के अंदर। उसी तरीके से अगर एक सोलेनॉइड को भी फ्रीली सस्पेंड कर दिया जाए तो एक सोलेनॉइड भी खुद को अलाइन करता है ज्योग्राफिकल नॉर्थ साउथ डायरेक्शन के अंदर, और इसे हम क्या बोलते हैं? इसे हम बोलते हैं डायरेक्टिव प्रॉपर्टी। और क्या प्रॉपर्टीज हैं सोलेनॉइड की जो कि उसे एक बार मैग्नेट बनाती हैं? उसे एक बार मैग्नेट की तरह बनाती हैं। सो स्टूडेंट्स, अ करंट कैरिंग सोलेनॉइड attracts iron fillings or iron pins just like bar magnet, which is known as attractive property. हमें पता है बच्चों कि मैग्नेट क्या करता है? मैग्नेट आयरन या उससे बने हुए सब्सटेंसेस को, आयरन, कोबाल्ट, निकल, स्टील, इन सबको अपनी ओर अट्रैक्ट करता है। तो उसी तरीके से अगर एक सोलेनॉइड हो तो सोलेनॉइड भी आयरन के सब्सटेंसेस को अपनी ओर अट्रैक्ट करता है, जिसे हम क्या बोलते हैं? अट्रैक्टिव प्रॉपर्टी। यानी कि एक सोलेनॉइड एक बार मैग्नेट की तरह काम करता है। The north and south polarities of a current carrying solenoid is very similar to the north and the south pole of a बार मैग्नेट। अभी हमने देखा कि एक सोलेनॉइड के अंदर भी एक साउथ पोल होता है जहां पे करंट की डायरेक्शन हमें क्लॉकवाइज दिख रही है, और एक तरफ नॉर्थ पोल होता है जहां पे करंट की डायरेक्शन एंटी क्लॉकवाइज दिखाई दे रही होती है। तो बार मैग्नेट में भी इसी तरीके से दो पोल्स होते हैं, तो यानी एक सोलेनॉइड एक बार मैग्नेट की तरह काम करता है। एक और प्रॉपर्टी स्टूडेंट्स, द पैटर्न ऑफ द मैग्नेटिक लाइंस ऑफ फोर्स ऑफ अ करंट कैरिंग सोलेनॉइड इज सिमिलर टू दैट ऑफ अ बार मैग्नेट, दैट इज इट ओरिजिनेट्स फ्रॉम द नॉर्थ पोल एंड एंड्स एट south pole. This we saw, students, that the magnetic lines of force, the magnetic lines for a solenoid are almost similar to that of a bar magnet. So what we can say is that solenoid is like a bar magnet. Hence it shows all the properties which a bar magnet shows. Now students, the strength of magnetic field produced by a current carrying solenoid depends on the number of turns in a solenoid. Larger the number of turns in the solenoid, greater will be the magnetic field produced. That is, B is directly proportional to N, where B is the magnetic field produced and N is the number of turns of the solenoid. So what we see here, students, is that the magnetic field increases with the increase in number of turns of a solenoid. Second, the strength of current in the solenoid. Larger the current passed through the solenoid, stronger will be the field produced. That is, B is directly proportional to I. Larger the current in the circuit, more will be the magnetic field produced. So what we see is that the strength of magnetic field produced by a current carrying solenoid depends upon the number of turns and the current. Directly proportional है यहाँ पे students. तो magnetic field बढ़ जाता है जब current बढ़ता है, और magnetic field बढ़ जाता है अगर number of turns बढ़ जाते हैं। तो there is one more thing on which the strength of the magnetic field depends. The strength depends on the nature of the core material used. A soft iron core is placed along the axis of the solenoid to produce the strongest magnetism. So, the material of the core which is kept inside the solenoid also affects the magnetic field produced by the solenoid. Now students, let's see the uses of solenoid. As I told you earlier that the uses of solenoid is to make temporary and permanent magnets. So let's see the uses. So uses of a solenoid. Solenoid produces uniform strong magnetic field. This can be used for magnetizing a piece of any magnetic material by placing it within the solenoid. When the core of a solenoid is made from soft iron, it gets magnetized and behaves as a strong magnet as long as current is flowing through it. Hence, a temporary magnet is formed. Now students, we know that a strong magnetic field is produced inside a solenoid, and this magnetic field is uniform. So this uniformity of magnetic field is used to produce magnets. Now if we place a soft iron rod as a core, if we place a soft iron rod as a core inside the solenoid, then this soft iron core turns into a temporary magnet. That is, it behaves like a magnet until the current is passing through the solenoid. As we switch off the current or the key is unplugged, then what happens is that the current stops in the solenoid, and hence the magnetic properties of the iron core decreases and it does not behave as a magnet further. So what we see is that a temporary magnet is produced. Now in place of a soft iron core, if we place hard steel, then we get a permanent magnet, and here the condition is that the magnetic field produced by the solenoid must be strong enough to turn this hard steel into a permanent magnet. So when the core is of hard steel and the magnetic field due to solenoid is very strong, a permanent magnet is produced. So students, today we studied about the magnetic field produced by a current carrying circular loop and the magnetic field produced by a current carrying solenoid. Now let's see some in-text exercises based on these two topics. In-text exercises means the exercises which are given inside the chapter. So let's see the in-text exercises. The first question which is asked is, consider a circular loop of wire lying in the plane of the table. Let the current pass through the loop clockwise. Apply the right hand rule to find out the direction of the magnetic field inside and outside the loop. Now students, यहाँ पर हमें क्या दिया हुआ है? यहाँ पर हमें दिया हुआ है एक सर्कुलर लूप ऑफ वायर है जो कि प्लेन ऑफ द टेबल के ऊपर है. यहाँ पर हम मान लेते हैं कि ये एक सर्कुलर वायर है और ये सर्कुलर लूप है वायर का, और ये एक टेबल पे रखा हुआ है और हम इसे मान लेते हैं कि ये बोर्ड के ऊपर रखा हुआ है. Apply the right hand rule to find out the direction of the magnetic field inside and outside the loop. अब इस लूप के अंदर की तरफ और बाहर की तरफ हमें मैग्नेटिक फील्ड की डायरेक्शन निकालनी है. कब निकालनी है? जब करंट जो है वो लूप के अंदर क्लॉकवाइज है. तो करंट कैसा है स्टूडेंट्स? यानी कि ये पॉजिटिव टर्मिनल है, तो करंट लूप के अंदर कैसा है? क्लॉकवाइज है. हमने ये येलो एरो से शो करा है क्लॉकवाइज करंट है. तो क्वेश्चन समझ में आ गया स्टूडेंट्स. अब हम क्या करेंगे इसके सोल्यूशन के लिए? अब हम राइट हैंड थंब रूल को यूज करेंगे. राइट हैंड थंब रूल क्या कहता है स्टूडेंट्स? कि थंब की डायरेक्शन में अगर करंट हो तो कर्ल ऑफ द फिंगर्स जो है वो शो करती हैं मैग्नेटिक लाइंस की डायरेक्शन, मैग्नेटिक लाइंस को रिप्रेजेंट करती हैं. तो हम क्या करेंगे? हम थंब को रखते चलेंगे डायरेक्शन ऑफ करंट के अंदर और फिंगर की कर्ल से हम ये देखते चलेंगे कि डायरेक्शन किधर है. तो स्टूडेंट्स, अगर मैं स्टार्टिंग के अंदर रखूं तो इस तरीके से करंट है, तो मैं क्या देख रही हूं? मेरी फिंगर्स जो हैं वो अंदर की ओर पॉइंट कर रही हैं. और अगर मैं बाहर की तरफ देखूं तो फिंगर्स मेरी बाहर की ओर पॉइंट कर रही हैं. देख रहे हैं स्टूडेंट्स आप कि यहाँ पे अगर मैं देखूं तो अगर इस तरीके से करंट है और अंदर की तरफ, लूप के अंदर की तरफ अगर मैं देखूं तो फिंगर की डायरेक्शन अंदर की तरफ है, और अगर लूप के बाहर की ओर देखूं तो फिंगर की डायरेक्शन बाहर की ओर है. तो इसका मतलब क्या हुआ स्टूडेंट्स? इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि इसके अंदर तो हमेशा फिंगर पॉइंटिंग इनवर्ड्स है. और हमने ये सीखा था स्टूडेंट्स कि अगर पॉइंटिंग इनवर्ड्स हो तो हम उसको कैसे ड्रॉ करते हैं? हम उसको ड्रॉ करते हैं क्रॉस के साथ में सर्कल बनाकर. तो यानी कि इस लूप के कारण जो मैग्नेटिक फील्ड प्रोड्यूस हो रहा है वो लूप के अंदर परपेंडिकुलर है टेबल के और पॉइंटिंग इनवर्ड्स है, और लूप के बाहर की तरफ उसको हम कैसे शो करेंगे, उसको हम इस तरीके से शो करेंगे, सर्कल के अंदर डॉट। मतलब कि यहां पे इस सर्कुलर लूप की वजह से जो मैग्नेटिक फील्ड प्रोड्यूस हो रहा है वो लूप के बाहर की ओर आता हुआ है, परपेंडिकुलर टू द प्लेन ऑफ द टेबल। हमारे केस में यहां पर हमारे पास बोर्ड है और पॉइंटिंग आउटवर्ड्स। तो देखते हैं स्टूडेंट्स कि इसके आंसर किस तरीके से लिखेंगे। As shown in figure, alongside each section of wire produces its concentric set of lines of force. Here I have shown it, students, that we have concentric circles of magnetic lines of force drawn. Here the current is in the clockwise direction, and what we see is that each arrow is pointing inwards inside the loop, and the arrows are pointing outwards outside the loop. So what we say is, by applying right hand thumb rule, we find that all the sections produce magnetic field downwards at all points inside the loop, while at the outside points the field is directed upwards. Therefore, the magnetic field acts normally into the plane of the paper at the points inside the loop and normally out of the plane of the paper at points आउटसाइड द लूप। तो इस तरीके से स्टूडेंट्स हम आंसर को लिख सकते हैं। आप ये वाला डायग्राम भी बना सकते हैं और आप ये वाला डायग्राम भी बना के अपनी आंसर राइटिंग कर सकते हैं। लेट्स सी द नेक्स्ट प्रॉब्लम। क्वेश्चन नंबर 2. The magnetic field in a given region is uniform. Draw a diagram to represent it. Now students, we know that we get uniform magnetic field, and the lines representing the uniform magnetic field, that is the magnetic field lines, have to be equally spaced in order to show magnetic field lines, in order to show uniform magnetic field. So here we have shown equally spaced parallel lines, and these equally spaced parallel lines show uniform magnetic field. Now here students, I have shown it from north to south direction, because we know that the magnetic field lines are from north, they are emerging from the north and they enter the south. But here we must take care that the magnetic lines of force inside a bar magnet or inside a solenoid is from south to north, and here we are not asked that what is the region. So we can draw it from north to south, indicating a uniform magnetic field. Right students, let's see the next problem. Choose the correct option. The magnetic field inside a long straight solenoid carrying current is 0, B decreases as we move towards its end, C increases as we move towards its end, is the same at all points. यहाँ पे क्या पूछा है बच्चों कि करेक्ट ऑप्शन चूज करना है किसके लिए, कि एक स्ट्रेट सोलेनॉइड कैरिंग करंट के अंदर मैग्नेटिक फील्ड कैसा होगा। हमारे पास में एक लॉन्ग स्ट्रेट सोलेनॉइड है जिसके अंदर से करंट फ्लो हो रही है और हमें यह बताना है कि उसके अंदर मैग्नेटिक फील्ड कैसा होगा। तो स्टूडेंट्स, अभी हमने बार बार क्या किया था कि एक सोलेनॉइड के अंदर मैग्नेटिक फील्ड हमेशा यूनिफॉर्म होता है। तो इसका कौन सा आंसर हो जाएगा, इसका आंसर हो जाएगा ऑप्शन डी। So the answer is option D. The magnetic field inside a long straight solenoid carrying current is the same at all points. Right students? Now today we have completed the magnetic field due to a circular loop carrying current and a solenoid carrying current. So students, in our next video we will learn about the force experienced by a current carrying conductor. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy, bye.